phrases exchanged after trying to beat each other senseless, we have a moment that only those who have just brawled against each other can share. Kanji's skills are exceptional for a high school student. When I was in the boxing club, there were only a handful of guys who could stand to trade blows with me like he just did. Considering that he's this good with self-taught fighting skills, there's no question that he'd become an unparalleled fighter if he had proper training.
But you should be careful. My friends are hella strong, you know? If you're not careful, you'll be eating pavement.
Is that supposed to be a genuine warning for me, or was that a boast about how great his friends are? Either way, I can understand the feeling behind his words, so I smile back at him.
I don't know about that. My fists can't be stopped that easily.
There's nothing more I need to say to Kanji. I turn and begin running down the hallway. Yeah. Bros. Instant bros. Beat each other to a pulp, instant bros. Sometime after parting ways with Kanji,
This is pointless.
I'm still wandering aimlessly through the school building. I have no idea if the path I'm taking right now is correct or not, because the invisible walls keep getting in my way. I spot another window and reach out towards it.
Guess they fixed that little loophole.
It didn't take them very long to put invisible walls over the windows. Just as I pull my hand back, the PA system blares.
No more breaking the rules. Seriously, why can't some people follow simple directions?
You act like I ever intended on following your rules.
The fact that they've gone to the trouble to correct their oversights means that limiting our movement must be very important to them. They don't want to let us escape. So that probably means that there's something waiting up ahead that they've placed there for me. I follow the path dictated by the invisible walls until I reach a classroom. Is this where they wanted me to go?
Akihiko, you're all right. Then again, seeing you isn't necessarily cause for celebration. If we're both here in one place, that means...
We have to fight each other. Oh, God.
Yeah, looks like it.
Who I found inside the classroom was none other than Mitsuru. Normally, running into her would be a great relief since it would give me a capable ally, but since the stupid P1 rules are in effect, this isn't the case here.
So, you're my next opponent.
This is exactly what the enemy wanted.
When Mitsuru makes this bitter declaration, the monitor inside the classroom turns on. I already knew who I'd be seeing. It's the General.
Ta-da! Well, this is about to get real interesting. An unwanted battle between friends. I hope you two enjoy it to the fullest.
Is that supposed to upset us? Can you believe this guy, Mitsuru?
This certainly is an unwanted battle between friends. I have no intentions of fighting against Mitsuru, but we both understand what needs to be done in order to accomplish the mission. There's no way we would allow a little something like this to shake our resolve. But, oddly, when I look back towards Mitsuru, I see her looking at me with pity.
I'm sorry, Akihiko. I believe I may have driven you into a corner.
Huh? What do you mean?
I should have realized much sooner. It's not strength you truly desire. What you really want is to forget your fear of losing others. That's why you throw yourself so fervently into your training. It's a twisted form of escape. At the very least, you can allow me to put an end to such things.
Forget my fears of losing others, huh? As Mitsuru well knows, I've lost countless things until now. And that anxiety that I've buried somewhere in my heart may strike at any moment, at any moment. But the Mitsuru I know wouldn't bring up something like that at a time like this. It'd be obvious to any friend of Mitsuru. There's something going on here.
Teddy and Kanji also started getting personal before the fight. Is this some kind of trick?
I've got no idea what you're talking about. Sounds to me like she means it.
I don't know what you're up to here, but you're gonna have to try harder. It's fine, though. I'll just take this chance to enjoy some serious sparring.
Those who encounter one another must fight, and only the victor may proceed. Since this rule still stands, we've got to fight. They've removed any choice we've had. I turn to face Mitsuru once again.
There were a bunch of people I wanted to fight once I got back to Japan, to test my skills. And you were at the top of the list, Mitsuru. Didn't think I'd get a chance so soon.
Oh, dear God. Mitsuru takes her stance without saying a word. The tension of battle sends a tingle through all the muscles in my body.
Here goes, Akihiko.
Come and get me, Mitsuru.
Dear God. Oh, God. So much tension. Alright, let's do this. Holy God! Okay. Okay. Cheating much? Okay.
They lost the lead. What a disappointment.
I was doing pretty well, and then that happened. Game over.
Welcome.
Oh my God, I'm almost at 50%. Yeah.
Final.
Presenting the crowd
Hut, 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 hut.
I'm coming for you. Match. That one was dead on.
Oh my God. Holy. Hut, hut, hut. Yeah. Come on! Hut, 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 hut. No! Oh! Oh no! Oh no! No! Damn it!
The slim difference is a deciding factor.
Holy hell! Game over.
Welcome to the...
Very well.
Final.
Presenting the crowd
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Akihiko, why do you are just not. Oh my God.
Alright, it's
Just
over. Time to leave.
Just progressively getting worse every time.
Welcome to the
Very well.
Final.
Presenting the crowd speaker, Mitsuru Shueisha!
No!
Honestly, go, go, go! That looked like it hurt.
No! Come on, Akihiko! Hut, 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 hut! No! No, 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 no!
The opponent's still standing.
Oh my god, she's seriously one hit. Okay. Whew.
A round of applause for both sides.
Holy hell, man. Cool. Okay, yes, okay. The battle is over. I glance down at Mitsuru. She keeps her firm expression and opens her mouth.
I yield. Your skills have improved tremendously, Akihiko.
Yours too. I was really worried there that you might execute
I
me.
mean, execute me. Mitsuru gives me a smirk. That's the Mitsuru I know. So her odd behavior prior to the fight was all the general's work. I wonder.
Mitsuru, what did I say to you before the fight?
Huh? Why do you ask? As I recall, you said some unkind things about my late father.
Oh, wow. Talk about stabbing in the heart. I knew it. Of course, I have no memories of saying such a thing because I didn't say them. The general's probably got some trick that warps the opponent's reality so that good friends will hate each other. Maybe it was all an illusion? I don't understand how it all works, but there's one thing that I'm absolutely certain of. Mitsuru and I turn towards the monitor and smugly smile at the general. His little gimmick was completely useless. General Teddy can barely contain his hatred as he responds.
How? How can you fight without holding back like that? People hesitate more when they face their friends. They break down. They suffer. So how come you aren't suffering? Why? I don't understand.
I'm not surprised. Anyone who needs to trick people to get his way wouldn't understand. Our bonds aren't that flimsy.
All them social links, man. After the general glowers at us, the communication cuts off. Suffer, huh? The general was going on about making us suffer earlier. Is that why he has us all fighting here? To make us suffer? But then why would he steal Labris?
Akihiko, let's compare notes. I want to confirm our situation.
Right. Although I don't have much for you.
I give her a summary of everything I've figured out up to this point. Since Mitsuru's persona has a search ability, I'm sure she's been able to gather much more information than I have. She seems to already know everything I discovered, so Mitsuru then fills me in on what she learned. Aigis is safe, though neither of us have encountered her. All the high school students in the commercials seem to be persona users. And the general seems to be gathering persona users into this world. Unfortunately, neither of us knows what his intentions are. But more importantly, where's Labris?
Did you find Labris?
Aigis seems to have made contact with her. She seems to be calling herself the student council president of the school. In fact, she's going so far as to play the part.
Play the part?
She seems to be unaware that she entered a TV. It's possible that someone forced her in here, but that doesn't explain why she's acting out a role in school life.
I have no idea what that could be about right now. This place is a school, but it's still just a copy of a school in another world. What kind of school life could possibly be here?
And one more thing. I heard a strange voice. I'm not certain, but it's most likely Labris. Either her inner thoughts or her memories. It was a voice of deep sorrow, suffering, sadness. It was so vivid I wanted to cover my ears.
Mitsuru cast down her eyes as if reliving the pain. A great portion of Ergo research data was lost because of the actions of a former researcher. He was the mastermind behind the events 3 years ago. All of this must be mortifying for Mitsuru. The man is the reason why her family was taken from her.
If that was truly Labris, then she's practically human. She may not be that far behind Aigis in terms of mimesis.
Sure, Aigis' sister unit would have a mind. But does that mean the older version is more advanced?
Doesn't seem likely, but I can't say for certain. Still, I'm only speculating, but I feel like her deeply negative emotions are connected to this tournament.
Connected how?
Do you really think Labris was stolen? The generals seem to want to make us suffer rather than eliminate us. Would a thief wish for that? Or draw in unrelated high school students?
I see. That General Teddy's actions do seem in line with what Labris wants. He actually may in fact be Labris.
It's possible that Labris regained consciousness much earlier and escaped when she was being transported.
I can't deny that possibility right now. But there is something else I do know.
Mitsuru, you're doing your brow-furrowing thing again.
What? That doesn't matter right now.
You're overthinking things. All this conjecture and speculation will drive you nuts. Let's pick this up again once we defeat the enemy.
Mitsuru's always been like this. She imagines worst-case scenarios that haven't even happened yet and burdens herself coming up with contingency plans based on them. Even though she doesn't necessarily stop moving forward, it certainly does weigh her down. Sometimes we need that hard-headedness, but there's a time and a place for it.
Ever think that maybe it's you who's underthinking things?
Anyway, there's no time to lose right now. You know where the enemy is, right?
Yes, I've traced its location. It should be nearby. I will leave the rest to you, Akihiko. Don't disappoint me, alright?
As Mitsuru says those words, her expression softens a bit. It seems that I've been able to reach her.
Ha! Of course not.
Mitsuru has grown as well. She's changed since the battle 3 years ago. Now that I think about it, a lot of time has passed since then. None of us have remained standing in the past. We all changed. I part ways with Mitsuru and hurry on ahead. According to Mitsuru's search, the enemy seems to be nearby. The enemy is waiting for their encounter with us as well. Well, that's one wish I won't mind granting at all. Just as I reach the top of the stairs, a loud noise punctuates the atmosphere. Is someone on a rampage with their persona? No, that's not it. It's the sort of sound that a massive object creates upon impact. I hear it again, coming from the room ahead. There are no invisible walls that prevent me from making my way towards the sound, and I finally reach my destination. Oh,
the
God.
announcement room. Here we go.
The monitor and PA system must have been controlled from this room. I grab the door handle, but it won't open. This is different from those invisible walls, however. It's just an ordinary door. Sorry if there's a broadcast going on, but I'm going to have to punch my way in. Okay. Excessive much. Okay, I smash through the door and enter the room.
Whoa! It's that red cape guy I saw earlier!
Everyone inside immediately wheels around to face me. There are 2 female students before me. One of them I recognize from the video, but the other one is an unfamiliar face. It's my first time seeing her, but I immediately know who she is. She looks like a regular person, aside from all her mechanical parts. It's Labras. And General Teddy?
So it wasn't Labras after all.
Immediately, General Teddy, who's glaring at me, begins to change. Blah 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 blah. Cutscene. Cutscene.
I am a shadow. The true self.
Another Labras.
Well, this is completely unexpected. I can't even come up with a reason for why something like this would occur. Maybe this is another one of his illusions. No, if that were true, what I'm seeing would be a more direct assault on my inner thoughts. I start inventing and discarding possible reasons for what's happening. Eventually, I just cast aside all my theories. I take a deep breath and calm myself. What is my objective? I was summoned to retrieve Labras and to prevent any danger from spreading. It doesn't matter if there's 1, 2, or 21 of her. My initial objectives are unaffected, and I will give everything I have to complete my mission.
Fine. I'll just calm them both down.
I taunt both of them as they maliciously stare daggers at me. Both of them? To be continued! Why would it be both? I can understand the shadow, but not actual Labras herself.
Welcome to the
Well, I guess I
Velvet Room.
would, but I don't know.
This place exists between dream and reality, mind and matter.
Alrighty,
Now then,
so...
why don't you introduce
Alrighty,
yourself?
so Akihiko's story is done, which is, surprisingly, again, it's short. Like, so far the longest has been Yu's and Aigis's. So...
This is a space.
Knew it. I
that
knew
only
she would
those who have,
start
in
talking
one way
now.
or another, enter
Alrighty,
into a
so,
contact and enter.
yeah, so that was
In your
Akihiko's,
daily life, you
and
subconsciously
now we
heard the
move
call
on
to
to
awaken,
Mitsuru.
and
So
you
we are
chose to
flying
follow
through
the
this, and
destiny
from what I've
of
been
the
told,
inner voice,
once I complete all these
thereby
stories,
enacting your glorious
the
awakening to your
second
power.
half of the stories will then be continued. So I can continue past the to be continued part. So, alrighty, let's do this. I'll see y'all in Mitsuru's story.